As COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations keep rising all across the country, setting new daily records, the CDC is now urging Americans to stay home for Thanksgiving and avoid travel. This is a live look at Jacksonville Airport right now. News 4 Jax reporter Jennifer Reddy is there. And Jennifer, when CDC officials announced this recommendation yesterday, they acknowledged that many people will go ahead and travel anyway. Is that what you're hearing?
Mary, it's been pretty steady throughout the day, but it certainly has not been as busy as we typically see heading into the holiday season. This right here is the TSA line. You can see there really is not a long line here today, and this is really what we've seen throughout the afternoon. I spoke with several travelers here who say they are going forward with their Thanksgiving travel plans because they do feel safe with the measures in place.
Getting ready to fly these days is different for the Chang family.
We have to think about it more. There's a couple extra steps than before. We could almost just walk up to the airport and be ready to go. Now we plan it out a little bit more carefully to make sure we're being safe.
The family is traveling for Thanksgiving.
We're essential workers, so traveling is not new for us. And then we think the airlines have done a really good job with their hygiene. And we think the hotels have done a really good job with their hygiene.
The Changs are just some of the millions of Americans expected to travel for the holiday this year. But due to the pandemic, AAA projects the number of people hitting the road and taking to the skies will be down as the CDC and health officials urge people to stay home and avoid gatherings.
Please be safe. Please think twice about a traditional Thanksgiving meal because we want to get back to normalcy, and we think we can do that in 2021 if we can keep things down and get the vaccine.
If you do plan on traveling, the CDC and health officials are reminding you to follow several safety measures, including wearing a mask and social distance, staying 6 feet apart.
Cornelius Lewis made sure his daughter was extra careful flying to town for Thanksgiving.
Make sure she had a mask, kept hand sanitizer, and make sure she washed her hands.
The CDC says it's also a good idea to check the travel restrictions where you are going. And if you don't feel comfortable or want to cancel, several of the airlines are making it easy with no change fees if you do it ahead of time.
And if you are still planning to travel, the CDC says there are several questions you should ask yourself before going through with your plans, including will you be in contact with anybody who is kind of in that higher risk age group for serious injury? And will you have to take any public transportation where you can't really social distance? Jennifer Reddy, Channel 4, the local station.